Hello everyone, this is Mira, and I'm back with another Laura matchup video. This time, Sakura. Oops, got a little ahead of myself. As always, Fireball Trap. So I think this, first let's say, this matchup I think is definitely in Sakura's favor. But I don't think it's unwinnable by any means, but it can be kind of really, pretty tricky. Especially if the Sakura knows what she's doing. It can be kind of annoying. So, first of all, yeah, the fireball traps. So this sweep is really good. It also, even if it trades with the clap, which I'm trying to get it to do, even if it trades, they cancel in the V skill too, and the trade works out in their favor. And or if they just hit, they cancel the V skill too and they get perfect Oki. It's really annoying. Another thing is with their low forward also goes under it pretty well. I'm trying to do it just right. Yeah, it goes under it pretty well. The thing is the spacing. You can sneak in fireball traps here and there. You just gotta be careful. You have to know her low forward range and like her, especially if they have EX, they can just blast right through it. So you have to be very careful about the ranges that you're throwing those fireballs in. I'm not saying it's better than like, I think Laura and Akuma and like Ken and like Ryu, those characters. She deals with it a little bit worse than them, but she's still very good at it. So you can't flowchart it by any means. So the footsies is kind of annoying. As you know, Sakura's one of her best buttons is not that one. Is this one, stand heavy kick. Stand heavy kick kind of controls the pace. A lot of it, the time. The main way you can deal with it, you can with punish with sweep. You can look for a light bolt with punish as well. There's no, for whatever reason, Capcom thought it was a good idea to have like no extended hurt box on this thing, so you can't really clip it. You can use stand short, kind of like inside of her range, to kind of clip the startup of it. It's not as obviously it's kind of a buffer, it's a read, not a reaction, but it's pretty good. It's pretty reliable at stuffing it. But sweep works really well as a whiff punish, in my opinion. You can do low forward. I just like sweep a little bit better because I don't have to walk forward to do it. It's a little bit easier. Or you can just get a roundhouse punish. That's the only time I'd really use roundhouse in this matchup. Don't use roundhouse as a poke, really. Sakura stand light kick is too good. Don't use it as a poke. The one thing I think is really good in this matchup is her low forward is kind of stubby. Your low forward is better than her low forward. Your range is much better. Like you can, yeah, it's much better. So low forward is going to be one of your go-to pokes in this matchup. You're going to have to be careful of her stand light kick buffers, her stand heavy kick, and just tossing fireballs at you. Her fireball, it's okay. I'm gonna just tell you the raw numbers right now. So for comparison, Ryu's fireball is like 14 frames startup, 31 frames recovery. So that's a total of 45. So that's really the standard. That's a really like solid fireball in this game. It's really good. It's not Guile good, but it's still good. He's really good at checking plasma. So that's 45. Sakura's is 15 and 42. That's 57, and the recovery gets worse as she does medium heavy fireball. So her fireball, in my opinion, isn't that good. It's only when she charges it gets annoying, but you can charge your fireball too. So if she's willing to play that fireball war with you, you just have to be careful not to get baited, whether she jumps or like walks forward, low forward, or sweeps or something. You just gotta be careful about that. But you can definitely play the fireball war, especially when you have meter, either by throwing out this quick level 2 clap or looking to go EX or either whatever one you're more comfortable with. because she has options. It's kind of nice. So on offense, Sakura's back walk speed is obnoxious. A lot of times I'll layer in a lot because like my low forward pressure, like I'll do like jab, like jab low forward, or like stop hitting buttons, or like try to do like this if you're close enough, or stand light kick low forward to try to catch them walking back, because her back walk speed is one of the best in the game, so they try to get away a lot by just walking back. That's why it's sometimes using like tick and a heavy grab I would never use against Sakura. I would almost always use medium, or if you're in V-trigger, light command grab against Sakura because of how fast her walk speed is. It's just not worth it just looking dumb by whiffing it and then you're eating a shit ton of damage. Yeah, don't do that. Just get the safe, guaranteed medium command grab. Sakura doesn't have that much health, so she's 975 health, but she is 1000 stun for whatever reason. But it's okay. A good thing in this matchup, if you do start to get offense, you can mix her. Why is counter hit on? Everything is wrong. You do get to mix her, which is really nice. So you get to look for V-shape callouts with like throw, or like DP baits with like jump, neutral jump and stuff like that, which is really nice. Her DP is really susceptible to like a level 3 charge in V-trigger for really good damage. So baiting uppercuts, or it can be worthwhile, but you have to realize that neutral can be kind of tough. So that's why I feel like a lot of Sakuras are kind of squeamish on defense, because they know they want to get back to neutral as soon as possible because they excel there. I don't think she is like miles ahead of like Laura in the matchup in neutral, but one of like Laura's best like good pokes, like crush counter buttons, is kind of basically negated. So you have to play around it with either like crouch heavy punch, stand heavy punch, low forward, stand light kick buffers to really get around that. And you just have to remember that this don't hit this. Don't hit this button. And on defense, just take the throw mid screen. And I say this so much, like, you just gotta be careful. Her frame traps are decent. They're pretty good in my opinion. Let's have the guard all so we can just show you what I'm talking about. So, +2. It's not really a two-trick tick throw. Crouch jab is +1. But it does leave you in range for a throw. But you can mash out of this. So that's a kind of a mind game that you can play with them if they're like doing jab and a throw a bunch. You can hit your light punch to try to contest that. You just have to be careful that this will all combo though. This will frame trap you. This is a very common swing that Sakuras will do. But they get pushed out. There's no real danger there. This is a common frame trap they do. You can backdash right here after the stand medium punch. A lot of Sakuras will start when chasing you down, seeing you backdash their pressure, because a lot of her pressure is susceptible to backdashing. So stand medium punch isn't a true frame trap. So they have to kind of improvise with what they're gonna do. And that's why like they're really like keen on trying to like chase you down or extend their pressure with micro walks, because I wouldn't say that her frame trap pressure is bad. It's just not as great as other characters because of the pushback on her mediums. This kind of almost reminds me of Laura's mediums in a sense. Like her stand medium punch reminds me of Laura's stand medium punch in terms of pushback. And it's 5 frames instead of 6 frames. But it doesn't have as many active frames. So, a common way that they activate is low forward into EX. A lot of Sakuras now will do the Tatsu though, because it's a little bit safer. because you can't EX command grab right through it. So sometimes though, like after a knockdown, or in neutral, sometimes Sakura, when they have the V trigger, they'll just go right into the Tatsu. So what you can do, if you think they're gonna go for the Tatsu, you jump back. And what this will do, it will create space. Either it will make it whiff entirely, or you can knock them out of it. You can V-shift as well, which isn't bad if you can react to it or like have a hard read. I think you have to kind of just V-break because they keep coming. It's really annoying. But that's something you can combat that with. Speaking of Sakura's V trigger, alright, this has a lot of startup. You can neutral jump it if you know it's gonna come. So like something like that. Alright, let me because this is a common frame chat, or like this is what they want to really activate this with, is or make you block this because it's +5 and it's really plus on hit. So if they actually connect with you, and it causes a juggle, it's really good. But it's really it's really slow. So you can, if you think it's coming, you can challenge with a jab. You can try to backdash it. It's just gonna be a read whether if they autopilot a certain string into this I don't remember what it's called, that palm, that force palm move. Another thing, her Hados are only +1, so but a really common string that they'll do in the corner is like they'll try to fish with like stand light kicks or something like that. So you just gotta be careful about what they're actually like doing with the what they're actually doing. You gotta really look at what buttons they're hitting after this. Oh my god, why am I mashing now? Like you can also, there's gaps, so if they're always going like canceling like that, there's gaps in between that pressure. And finding gaps where you can EX command grab through their fireball, like lazy fireball cancels, is really important. So don't let them get away with that. I'm okay in this matchup. I'm not great. I'm not wonderful. I'm not terrible. But it can be kind of frustrating. Just remember to like, don't be too hard on yourself. Like, if things aren't going too right, look and see where you're getting hit on defense and where in neutral, and adjust accordingly. So if you're throwing lazy fireball traps, they're low forward and you're sweeping them, try to play the ground game a little bit a little bit better. Or if they're getting away with like lazy fireballs, cancels, or whatnot, like then you gotta adjust. All right, I gotta play the fireball game a little bit better. Another thing, if they're hitting roundhouse all the time, I want to just go back to neutral real quick. I'm sorry. Jumping on Sakura isn't the worst idea. This has a lot of recovery. So if you want to mix in jumps to try to beat their fireballs or stand roundhouse pokes, go ahead. Because Crouch Fierce, it does good damage. I'm not gonna say it doesn't do like great damage. It's a decent anti-air, and it gives them a setup afterwards. They get a throw or shimmy opportunity. But it does like 90 damage, and then after that they can do like 150. I think the risk reward is pretty decent on jumping. Just don't make that your only approach. So if you're kind of frustrated in the ground game and they're playing their ground game really well, jump a little bit and see how their defense there is. If they're really gonna call you out though, they're gonna do like jump strong in a Tatsu. And that's when you're like, all right, you gotta play the ground game a little bit more because they're really looking to snipe that jump. VT2, I think most Sakuras play VT1 in this matchup. But if they are gonna use VT2 against you, just remember that this Tatsu is hella unsafe. Practice your punishes accordingly. It's like, I don't even know, it's minus a bunch. Yeah, it's minus a bunch. What the hell? Oh, I did 4, didn't I? Yeah, it's minus 10. Big punish if they ever do that. And their DP is fully invulsed, so whenever you knock them down, just be aware that even if they don't have meter, they can bust out. Yeah. Usually when I say like you can go a little bit like easier on the reads and like on offense against certain characters like that you beat neutral. I feel like Sakura, I take a little bit more risks when I'm in. Like I think I tend to do a little bit more command grabs to try to get them going, and then I make them stop blocking or trying to DP or V-shift to spend their resources to get me off. Because even though I think Sakura wins this, you can steal rounds hella easily because of how little she's only 975. So just keep that in mind. It can snowball heavily in your favor. Sometimes playing for V-trigger is fine. It's not a terrible endgame. So don't, even though somebody might be like, oh, you only beat me with V-trigger, they still lost. They got outplayed because they couldn't handle the bullshit. And that's the game we're playing right now. So if they don't like it, play a different game. But this is Street Fighter 5. And Laura's pretty good at Street Fighter 5. I think I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna end it right now. I love you guys, be safe, and have a wonderful day. And we have shirts. Yeah, Eli, that's...
My motherfucking shirt!
Yeah, that. Alright, bye.